Aussie.
And back. Actually, for the first time in a decent while now. Hello, Megaleech. Is it Saturday night? Last time I did a stream. Actually sticking to my word of doing fewer streams. Did post a pre-recorded video. As I'm getting this together, a drinky. I want my garnishes. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. Right, so I think the orange is over here. Good, okay, I just want to clean it, just to be sure. No, like flies have been having sex on it or something. Let's just rinse it off, give it a little scrub-a-dub-dub. Potentially just being paranoid here. You know, just because you're not paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay. Orange peel. Cause I'm a classy motherfucker. Oh, that was a very slipshod peel. Really? Yeah, spritz a bit of orange oil on there. Love that. There is my cherries. It's my cherries. Ooh, I just realized I'm opening this one. I need to go and get a safety jar of Luxardo cherries. Worried that there will be another supply chain rupture. There was a period where it was quite hard to get these cherries. You know, we had the various supply chain ruptures with COVID. And sadly, I was affected by one of them. You know, it's one thing when millions of other people are affected, but it's a bit of a tragedy when I'm affected. And hello, Salumi, and what's up, Breeze? Anyway, cheers, y'all. Yeah, boy. Yum, that's nice. So I have a bunch of these little bottles to try tonight, 50 mils in each. I'll probably drink half of them because that's actually, even though they're only little bottles, they're quite high proof. And if I drank all of them, that's probably 10 standard drinks, which is honestly just a little bit much. So Salumi, on your way home, you might disappear. Have to check your GPS. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Don't want to get lost. The little names they give them. There's a classic malt, 46% alcohol. And then there's a double wood, 46% alcohol. And then a peated malt, 46%. Then we have our classic malt cask strength, 60 motherfucking percent alcohol by volume. And peated malt cask strength, also 60%. They even recommend, maybe you want to have a couple of drops of water with that. I will probably do that with all of them because I'm not that serious a whiskey drinker. Little pocket guide. You get a little card from the guy behind it, David Baker. Kirsten, I got excited online. They had this is a Father's Day thing. Also 2 of these stylish Glencairn glasses. Although I'll probably just use my shot glasses tonight. Special Father's Day tasting flight, 5 different ones at a pretty reasonable price for that sort of thing. And then plus I got my 10% discount code today. Not today, earlier this week, obviously. These arrived today. And I thought, yep, I'm going to get the Father's Day thing at 10% off. And hello there, Kyle. How's it going? Something's making a weird noise. Like a fan. Or is it raining? If that's rain. It's a bit of rain. Could be something cool. Anyway. So, super tired, but working anyway. Noble work, young man. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. My beverage. So yes, Kirsten, I'm probably going to wait until Bakery Hill move to their new location in suburban Melbourne to visit them, where they're going to have a bar and whatnot as well. Oh no. You need something to keep you in the chair. Well, you don't want one of these. One of these is inclined to make you fall out of the chair. Just saying. Yeah, no, Icy Saracen, tinnitus is different. I get that you're being lighthearted there. Tinnitus is more, and now I'm really conscious of the tinnitus. High-pitched sort of microphone feedback noise. I haven't had super bad tinnitus for a while. There are some times where, particularly if I'm lying down trying to go to sleep in a quiet room, it feels like someone's screaming in my ears when it's very bad. Oh, Kirsten, if you're down in Melbourne, we have to, I don't know, communicate through the Discord. We need to do stuff pending your availability, because I know often if you're here, you're actually very busy. Salumi for some Starwood twofold heat up. Oh, what a fucking great combo! Starwood twofold and pizza. Yes. I have to decide. Might even be of interest to some people if I did a tasting video of these on YouTube. Like I might just drink half of them tonight and do another tasting. Maybe be a bit more sophisticated. Do it with my sexy Glencairn glasses. These things, they're small. These feel like they're smaller than the average Glencairn glass, and they're very light. They feel very delicate, very fragile. I feel a bit nervous holding them. I just noticed these little bottles all have plastic seals on them, which, of course, they do. You have a free-ish evening. Okay. We shall have to on the Discord work something out, Kirsten. So one of your housemates is a fan of honey liqueur. It's got spices in it. Great depth of flavor. Nice. Icy Saracen. What is it about Left Circle in Australia saying about Gorbachev's death? They find him a hero. I have not been paying attention to anything anyone said about Gorbachev. Actually, counter-revolutionary traitor, did ads for Pizza Hut. I mean, honestly, okay, because I'm old and I was living through that end of the Cold War period. I remember Reagan's line in a speech, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall." And I remember at the time thinking, God, you're a fuckwit, Reagan. You can't just bring down the Berlin Wall. What happened a few years later? Berlin Wall came down. Again, sometimes shit happens that you don't believe is possible. And it's a huge surprise. Sometimes it's fucking terrible, the thing that happens. Sometimes it's surprisingly good, like the Berlin Wall coming down. Because, yeah, what was done to East Germans was fucking terrible. Greg, good evening, sir. Basically, what was done to the overwhelming majority under the Soviet control, the vast majority, that was awful. Oh God, yes. No, Salumi. It's not just you. It's widely regarded moving is about the most one of the top 3 traumatic things that can happen. Top is death of a loved one. Second one, I think, is work related, like getting fired or having to get a new job or something. And then third is moving house. My last move, which was 5 years ago now, worst fucking experience ever. And I've moved a lot in my life, but that last one, we'd been at the house for 10 years and it accumulated a lot of shit. Absolute nightmare that dragged on for a couple of weeks. It was fucking terrible. Worst thing ever. Kyle has a new avatar. I mean, it's tiny and I'm old and my eyes don't work very well. Looking very stylish though. That looks like a very professional shot on your avatar there. I was playing with that new profile pic app. Everyone was using it at one point a couple months ago. Then there was an overblown sort of backlash saying, "Oh, it's terrible, it's spyware," and it isn't, and it's still going. And they put out new filters, and I was playing with it, and I made a couple I like that I'm going to use. I might even use them for thumbnails for these live streams. So Salumi, you cold pre-move. Oh yeah, no, and we did the same. Huge amount of hard waste pick up from the council. A lot of stuff donated to Goodwill. Still too much shit. We need to do a proper fucking clean out. Carl's cute. Oh, I haven't seen you in ages, Carl. If you want to have a chat, I think we should do that. I mean, I don't want to keep you from work, but if it's, I can keep you focused and whatnot, I'll put the link. Someone wants to join. There's the join. Oh, I just realized Carl's on friggin' Facebook. I have to do the whole Facebook thing. Ugh. Sorry, it's just going to take me a second longer to do this. And we do that. There we go. That's put it on Facebook. Ooh, that was weird. Twitch was doing something weird. Okay, no, we're all good. I think. We'll soldier on, nevertheless. So this is my ease into the stream drink, and then I'll get serious with my whiskey tasting. So it's funny. I finished one of my clarified drinks, and I have another one I can drink tomorrow night. Taken to I use up an orange garnishes, and I don't usually drink orange juice or even put orange juice in cocktails, but I can use it to make a clarified cocktail. So when I use up all the peel on an orange, I make another clarified drink. And there's Kyle. How you doing?
I'm sorry that you had to go through Facebook again.
It's not your fault. Facebook just gives me the pip, as they say.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well. You're working very hard, I think.
I am. I think everyone in my cohort is just dying, and we're all just dying a very beautiful, beautiful death. So we're all just working. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to do a lot of myths. I didn't even get a chance to even watch anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured all the activity on your project. Yeah.
Cool. We're still waiting for your donation, Mr. Andrew.
Oh, is that a thing? Is it?
Is that a thing? No, I mean, yeah, no. It's
crowdfunding. Okay. Oh,
I know. It always is a weird question to be like, how do you explain to somebody to be like, hey, would you be able to donate? Would you be able to donate? It's the weirdest thing. I feel like sometimes I'm such a whore asking, but like
Only in the dictionary definition. So that's
I know it's so true, but it's so true.
yeah. But it's you got to be direct. It's like a year or two ago when I did the fundraising for AIDSy so we could get an iPad. I wasn't subtle about it. I just said, "Hey, look, we set up a crowdfunding thing. Poor little broken down cripple needs an iPad so he can communicate with the outside world. Please donate."
God. Yeah, it's always a bit of an interesting one. I feel, the whole donating thing is very strange, but I probably I hope to get to a point in my career where I don't have to donate, where I don't have to crowdfund. I can just kind of I'm not say walk into a studio and be like, I want money, but I have a lot more access to be able to do the things that I want and not have to go through these ridiculous systems of being like, can I have $10,000, please? Can I have $10,000 to make a film? So yeah, it's as you can clearly tell, I look like I'm half dead, but I promise I'm still alive.
You're a bit tired.
I'm a bit tired.
He goes, see, if you weren't already working, it's bar week in Sydney next week. Kirsten's going to work them over.
I am producing 3 films right now.
Yeah. So you need to go to a bar and wind down. That's what
I need to wait until Christmas. Well, no, that's a lie. October. Give me until
have a Halloween party. You need a Halloween party.
I need a Halloween party. I need a fucking Halloween party. Yeah. I'm currently working on an application to be an intern at SBS or many different organizations. So,
all right, cool.
Which is good. I mean, I love SBS. Good. Oh no, it's great. I love SBS. I think they're really cool. But yeah, I just oh my god, it's so much work.
Yeah. See, talking crowdfunding, so Lumi's going to crowdfund Top Surgery, which again, noble cause. We definitely have to let everyone know when you're ready for that.
But should be something that's covered on Medicare.
Oh, the number of things that should be covered on Medicare, dental, mental,
yes,
gender, fucking abortion, all these things should all be covered. And another Facebook viewer. Oh, that was weird. Andy, hello. And Justin, hello to you. Saying, was the news Trump had classified documents with his passport? He did say some stupid things about his passport and his expired passport and whatnot. And it's just like the FBI took his passport. It's like, I wonder why they would take the passport of someone who they're investigating for serious crime, who's probably a flight risk. Yeah. So, yeah, it's weird, that whole Trump thing. It's very hard to know if anything's going to happen. I love various Republicans going, "Oh, if you prosecute Trump, there'll be riots," and it's like, are you saying Trump supporters will act unhinged and violent if they prosecute him? The trouble is, Trump supporters already act unhinged and violent, so that's not really a threat. I mean, these are the people who tried to invade the Capitol building, several of whom had clear and explicit intent to capture, harm, and even kill members. Oh my God, outside, you're just fading away there.
Yeah. I have it's funny. I started at 9:30, went until 4:30, had a hour-long mentoring session about one of my assignments. Then we met actors. We met our host for our series till 7. One of my friends took me home, who's directing that, and we talked in the car about it. And then I had dinner, and now I'm home.
So you've had a full day.
I have had a full day.
I'm glad you had dinner because sometimes when people work very hard, they skip actually eating properly.
Oh, I do that all the time. It's great for
Yeah.
it's great for my body right now.
Stress weight loss is like on the list
Oh,
of things that have worked for me on weight loss. One of them was extreme stress, like the most stressful job I ever had, which lasted this really stressful month, where I realized I was at the end of the month, I realized I'd probably only been eating 3 full meals each week. In the mornings, just to do something, there was a McDonald's near where I was working, and I'd get a big thick shake, and I'd just go like, the sugar and the calories will just keep me going for a while.
Jesus
But
Christ, man.
I lost a lot of weight in that month.
Yeah. No.
Extreme illness is another fun one. If you get a stomach virus, that's gonna. I had that. That's not one I recommend. I've had that maybe twice when I was so sick I couldn't hold anything down for about a week.
Thanks for telling me that right before I'm starting production.
That's the mild version. I'll go into graphic detail about what that week was like, if you like. Justin's saying like, had a friend lost the belt notch from COVID. Oh hell the yes. If you get bad COVID, that you like with no sense of just like super fucking sick, but also with no sense of taste, so it's not fun to eat. And you're just tired, exhausted, sick, you've got no appetite, and you get no reward from eating, like it doesn't taste good, so you don't feel good. It's real. If you get bad COVID, you are definitely losing weight.
Mm-hmm. I was actually going to say, really interestingly enough, I was, I don't know if you watched it, but I watched the James McTaggart lecture in journalism, the one that's done from the Edinburgh TV Festival, which Emily Maitlis did it, who was a former BBC Newsnight host.
Yeah.
She was amazing, and she was talking about right-wing populism and how politics tend to interfere the operations of public broadcasting.
Yeah.
And it's
like everyone's...
Yeah.
The right-wing extremists attack so viciously and say that you're being biased. There's the danger where you pander to them and go, okay, well, we won't put any content that's going to make these lunatics go off their nana. And it's just like, yeah, but they go off their nana at the simplest fucking thing.
But it's not even just that. It's literally the whataboutisms. It's the two-sidisms. It's the that's what she's talking about. It was the two-sidisms of like, you have to cater to one side. You have to be super impartial. Virginia Trioli talks about the fact that she doesn't vote, which is insane to me. Journalists feel like they can't vote these days because of the fact that they already feel like that they're, I completely find that insane.
It's a hard balancing act with journalists because the vast majority of the media sucks most of the time, but they're still important. And I don't want to get on the bandwagon of slagging people in the media, although holy crap, a bunch of them ask for it on the regular. But it's just like, on a not completely unrelated note, you get the right wingers around the world attacking public education. They think like mandatory school shouldn't be a thing because that will basically keep the poor. If they can't get education, they'll be poor. And I think it's Dr. Abigail phrased it, public education has a lot of shortcomings, but I'm terrified of the idea of a world that doesn't have it. And thing. And hello, Chris. Oh, thank God you're here, Chris. I feel freer already. The freedom quotient in the room has increased with your arrival. I feel better. In case you don't get my sad jokes, Kyle, Chris is in the United States, so I always like to talk about freedom.
Ah,
I always like to talk about freedom whenever he arrives.
I understand. Yes, freedom is very important, and I'm glad we have it in this country. And we don't have I don't have a prime minister or former prime minister, I should say, but that takes over 5 different portfolios.
Oh God, that's the least bad thing. That's ridiculous and stupid, but it's the least bad thing he ever did. Chris, I want to explain this. This is a weird bit of Australian politics that we uncovered in the last month. The former prime minister who got fucking smashed at the last federal election, it comes out that he had secretly had himself sworn in as minister for about 5 portfolios, which in his mind gave him the power to overrule the actual ministers, but nobody knew he'd given himself this power. Chris, that's the equivalent of the president secretly going, I've now changed something constitutionally, so I'm secretly also Secretary of State, Secretary of the Interior, Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary for Foreign Affairs, and I've now given myself the power to overrule those people in those positions unilaterally if I feel like it. Yeah, Chris, that's the summary. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Now, see, Justin, as a US citizen, your presence does increase freedom. You are absolutely right. But it's like while you're in Australia, there's a constraint on the amount of freedom you can uplift us with. Whereas Chris is in the land of the totally free and can just, it's like a big truck backing up and just dumping freedom all over us, burying us up to our noses in freedom, essentially. Yes, Chris, that was Scotty from marketing. That just came out in the last month. And no, Greg, he hasn't resigned yet. It would, again, I would fucking love it to death if the footnote on his career was resigning in disgrace. I mean, it's hilarious to me that the footnote on Tony Abbott's career is losing his seat. The footnote on John Howard's career is losing his seat. So it would be fucking hilarious if the footnote on Morrison's career was resigning in disgrace. That's me. I find that funny. So still hoping it happens. But yeah. All right. I finished my warm-up drink. Pre-drinks are done. I'm going to have my whiskey tasting now, which means getting my shot glasses. Which are just up here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I will be stylish. I'll use my Glencairn glasses. And I've got these other glasses, which are a little bit more stylish than just a shot glass. 2 cherry hearing glasses, 1 absinthe glass. And I've got 2 Bakery Hill Glencairns. All right. Now, the other thing I want to do is get a little thing of water so I can dilute them with water. So, and I want a little spoon so I can just put a couple drops in. Right, now I get my chilled filtered water. All right, now here's where I am a sophisticated motherfucker. I'm really hoping that I really like one of these. Oh, Big Pat, by the way, hello. Oh, Justin, there would definitely be time for a few drinks if Trump got indicted. Okay, I'm going to start with my classic malt. I'm going to have about half of these bottles because if I drank the whole thing, I would be absolutely shit-faced. Because that would be about 10. That's enough to taste. Because that would be about 10 standard drinks. The double wood, that's what she said. So put that in. Yeah, that's it. Bit more. All right. And then our peated malt. Oh no, Chris. What? Sorry. Oh, what's this? You're able to make it because you got fired 9 days post trial. Well, that sucks. Well, I hope you get another one soon. Big Pat, I'm fine. How are you going, mate? How was your birthday? Is your birthday this week? All right. Gonna have. Oh, wow. The aroma's already wafting off that peated one. All right. Now, cask strength 60% alcohol. So it's 50% more alcohol than you normally get in a whiskey. All right. I think I will, with the second half of these bottles, I will do a YouTube tasting video, but I'm just for fun doing it here on the stream. Ooh. Cask strength peated. Ooh, yep, that smells like peat. Yeah, like your peated scotches. What the hell, Chris? They never said what you did wrong. They swore you filmed an interview, paid a freelancer to shoot when I was off. Oh, man. Sounds like there's something wrong with those people. And as everyone says, that sucks. All right, so I sincerely hope one of these ends up being my favorite. I'll be really depressed if I don't particularly like these. All right, so they're classic malt. This is like their, I assume, their default one. So I'm so bad at these. You know when you get those people, whether it's wine sommeliers or people who are really into whiskey stuff, and they do it, and they just say all these things like, yes, it's reminding me of it's like a little bit of rhubarb with a honey glaze. And like, that doesn't have that strong an aroma. A little bit oaky. So they do really age these. So. Well, that's really pleasant. That is really pleasant. Honey and cinnamon. Oh wow, that's actually really pleasant. Wow. Okay, I'm happy that I really like that one. Okay, so 2 thumbs up for their classic malt. This one they call Double Wood, which is my porn name. So
you bet it is.
Thank you for the support, Kyle. Ooh, man. This tastes like a wow. Okay, this is surreal. This is like a different sort of like it's. I think I'm crazy because I'm getting like notes of lemon on this. Oh, you know, like when you get honey and it's like the bees have used a particular sort of flower and there's a really distinctive flavor to the honey as a result. Oh my God.
You are such an explainer. Like imagine like
imagine, right? You've taken a slow boat to the south of France, and there's a meadow opening up, and there's a vineyard that's been in the same family for 15 generations, and maidens crush the grapes between their breasts. All right, now this is their peated malt. So, if you've ever heard of peat or smoky scotches, this is for people who are not into it. The grain is dried out by burning peat, which is it comes from bogs, and so it's got quite the aroma. So, yeah, oh my God, this really smells like peat. So it's not barbecue smoke. It's really funny because it is kind of like mud, but not in a bad way. It's like. You know when you're in a really fertile, I don't know if anyone is a gardener, But when you get really fertile soil in a garden and you smell it and it's dirt, you go, this is dirt, but there's something wholesome about it. Oh, man. Okay. So that's very peaty. Oh. Yeah, no, this. Oh, yeah, no, that's seriously, like when you can put some vegetables on a barbecue and you blacken the edge of the vegetables. Things like, I'm thinking of particularly like, it's making me think of like capsicum or carrot that you sort of blacken the outside of on a barbecue. That's what that tastes like. Wow, that's really good. I prefer the first two, but that's a nice beer. Okay, this is the cask strength. This is the fuck off 60% alcohol. Still very mild. I kind of expected this to burn my nostril hairs off. It's like I'm sticking. Oh no, it comes at you after a while. It's kind of like, yeah, no, now there's something really hot in your nose. Okay, that's a little bit burny. That's a little bit. Ooh. Okay. So Kirsten's saying peat often has a smell called iodine. Okay, Pat's joined the swinger set. He's got 2 girlfriends now, Rachel and Stacey.
Jesus Christ.
You're too much man for one woman, Pat. That's what's going on there.
And I'm not enough man for some women.
But as that's not your area of interest, that's okay.
Well, it's definitely not my interest or in my wheelhouse of expertise either.
Sadly, a bunch of hetero men, also not their area of expertise.
So, no, very true. Actually, to be honest, maybe it's the other way. Maybe I actually have way too much expertise because I want to be friends with the women. Yeah. I am the quote unquote handbag to a lot of people.
Oh yeah. For those who've never heard the term, and it's not limited to gay dudes, but you get some women who'll drag someone along with them to the club to hold their shit because their nightclub outfit has no pockets.
Oh, wait. I'm not holding any fucking women's shit. I'm making sure they have a good time, but I ain't fucking holding their shit. No.
Okay. It's okay, so it's just the straight dudes who want to fuck them who carry their stuff.
Yeah. You fucking carry the shit. I am going to fuck every cute guy in the club,
so
and I'm going to make sure. Yes, and I'm going to make sure that a woman has a good time. But bitch, you fucking want me to hold your shit? You ain't fucking walking home. I ain't paying for your fucking Uber. Jesus.
Okay. All right, so I've put a bit of water in the high octane cask strength. That has improved it a lot. That's their own. Oh man, no, that's actually much better. Their own recommendation is put a couple of drops of water in the cask strength one.
Jesus,
because it's a weird thing that whiskeys and other spirits do. If you dilute them a little bit, different flavors come out. People often refer to it. It opens it up, and more flavors come out. So Icy Saracen went to a gay club. No gay dude using urine, or you were the only one who took a leak. The rest. I love that you did that absolutely straight, Icy Saracen. It's like, yeah, they were just all going to the cubicles. What was that about? Dude, I fucking love
spoken about the legend of Trough Man in Sydney?
Yes, I think we have. I know. I've heard it. We must have talked about it on the stream.
Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, Trough Boy, or pretty much known as Trough Man now, is a urban legend of a guy who would go around all the clubs in Sydney. Hi, Suffer. Who would go around all the clubs in Sydney and basically lay in the urinals because they were extremely sexually. Their fetish, their kink was that they would love to get peed on. And all I can say to that is to the man or person that exists as trough person, I am not going to yak your yum. You enjoy yourself and you get in that fucking urinal and you have a good time.
Yeah, if you're not hurting anyone, it's just like, well, okay, it's not my thing, but you know. Oh god, it reminds me of the book someone told me about in uni. Is a writer who's in the US and he's just like discovering his sexuality and he wants to know everything about the gay scene. And this is in the 70s and early 80s. And so he's going to all the gay clubs in San Francisco, as you would, and New York and other cities. And he kept hearing rumors about a club called the Mine Shaft. And
what?
Yeah, I know, right? And it's like not listed anywhere. And he kept asking people, and people had either never heard of it, or when he mentioned it, they just go, ugh. And he eventually found it, and Trough-Man made me think of it because Trough-Man was mild compared to what this guy described. It's just like, you know, dudes fisting at the bar, and if you went into the toilets, it wasn't just someone lying in the urinal. It's like, oh, you want to go number 2 over here, big boy? And it was just like, this guy was just like, oh my god.
No, it's really interesting. I mean, see, and you look at Instagram pages for people that are in like, you know, Antwerp and stuff like that. There's a huge, there's a huge kink festival that happens in Antwerp.
Yeah.
And it is really interesting to see, you know, like gays in Australia have it really like when it comes to like, you know, kink and, you know, BDSM and, you know, fetish, Australia is super fucking conservative. Like 100%. Whereas in Europe, like they're fucking wearing like I've seen things where people are wearing SWAT gear to like the club and like they're just going at it like fucking crazy.
Germany has the reputation.
100%.
If you want weird shit, you go to Germany.
100% Berlin, but also like Antwerp in the Netherlands. I think it's in the Netherlands. Maybe not. I don't know. But they have a really fucking big kink festival. You would never see that shit in Sydney, honestly.
You know what? You're making me think of how Brendan McLean wound everyone up with the clip he did for one of his songs.
Yes!
It was all out of that gay semiotics book from the 70s. And it ended up with someone like pooping on his face. So I was working at Mardi Gras Film Festival and we got a submission for My Queer Career that year. And It was Brendan McLean sending his music video. So we're all standing around an office and my manager showed us this clip of literally Brendan McLean shitting on another dude's face. And we're all like, no, a dude shit on his face.
Oh yeah, no, the other way around, sorry. But we're all just like, what the fuck?
That he actually first he put it on Vimeo, which lets you upload arty stuff. Then he put it on YouTube. It stayed up for about 2 or 3 weeks and got a shit ton of views. A lot of which was people sharing, going, "Oh my god, I don't believe this is on YouTube." Because the poop on the face thing was shot in the way you could say, "Well, that was fake. That was something we made out of silly putty whatnot." But also like dudes who were clearly definitely fucking for real. You weren't seeing penetration, but you're looking at the angle of the movement. It's like, no, those dudes are definitely fucking for real. Oh yeah, no, Safa, you raise a good and some would say obvious points that gays or actually anyone who's not like a straight white conservative guy should probably stay away from Russia and Belarus. It's,
Yeah.
it's not good what's happening there. Oh, Chris, you've been watching these on replay, which is nice. Did you notice, Chris? I actually uploaded a pre-recorded video the other day, first time in almost 2 years.
My God, what is happening to you?
Well, I started doing these streams as a COVID thing to try and keep everyone sane when we were being isolated and whatnot. And that's not a thing so much anymore. So my plan is to cut right back on the number of live streams I do and do a few more pre-recorded videos. Oh, Safi, you watched Fury Road in 4K. Fuck yeah. Best film of the 21st century. Oh, I love that movie. Oof. Okay, so I've diluted these things with ice. So this is the cask strength classic malt. That's pretty good. That is pretty good, but I think I like the standard one. I think I might change my mind. I really like the classic malt and double wood. Maybe the double wood's my favorite. Greg, you thought the Rings of Power video was a live stream. Oh. Something I'd been talking about doing for a couple of weeks now. Glad I finally did it. I said, Aaron, do I miss Golden Age YouTube, 2007 to 10? File it under yes and no. I did definitely have a good time.
It was an interesting time. Actually, you know what? I was thinking about this recently. 2007 to 2010, like, gave us one of those times where we were like really like YouTube was blowing up and we had like the kind of YouTube like creator entrepreneur fund or something where like people with channels could like get money to basically develop their content. And this is during a time when like, you know, Clever News was just starting, like Hollywire was just starting, like all these like really interesting news channels were like really starting their thing, and it was really, really fucking interesting. And I just remember thinking, like 2022 me in terms of TikTok, can we start like doing that for TikTok and like having people develop their own kind of creative. Yeah.
It's look, TikTok is paying some creators. All available evidence is the people controlling TikTok have no morality whatsoever. So like even compared to Google, they're dark and soulless. But it's a bit weird. Oh, Kirsten, you thought the Rings of Power video was live stream too? Yeah. Well, I'm going to try and do at least 1 or 2 pre-recorded videos a week and do 2 or 3 live streams a week. Plus, don't forget my cocktail channel. I shot a video tonight and I finished editing it just before coming live on here. So I actually have to, maybe after this stream, watch it back and make sure I haven't made any mistakes in the editing. It'll go live tomorrow. Lisa, hello. You've avoided the Rona. You're a hermit. That helps. Isolating yourself really helps. June, you went out for a pride party. You had your friends what you described as a full-service bathroom. Well, you know, it's nice if you're at a venue that caters to all needs.
I've
Okay,
also managed to escape. I managed to dodge the Rona right now.
I had it. What was it? 6 months ago. It was very mild. I had like it was the equivalent of a mild cold. I was a bit congested and a bit snotty. I was tired for about a week. I isolated. It's basically young Mister Angry. He's 22. He's a fucking social butterfly. He's going out all the time. He got it from someone when he was out at a venue. He gave it to me because he got told someone he was out with had it, so he voluntarily isolated. He returned, I think, either one or two negative rats, and on the third day we said, "Look, okay, do one more, and if it's negative, you can come out." And it was positive, and I had this tickle in my throat, and I'm going, okay, and not far away was a place doing PCR tests for free. So Mrs. Angry and I drove there and got PCR tests, and hers came back negative, mine came back positive. So young Mr. Angry and I isolated in bedrooms, and there were my daughter, young Miss Angry, and Mrs. Angry in other rooms. They never got it. So isolating works. Isolating works. In the same house, two of us had it and we isolated. Other two people in the house didn't get it. So, yeah, Safa, you don't want to get it again? I don't want to get in, man. Just because there's too much scope for long-term complications, which I don't fucking want. But who knows? We're about to relax restrictions, I think. God, what's going to happen? The Northern Hemisphere, as they go into winter, what the fuck is going to happen? I don't know.
Well, I mean, the question's going to be around who, like, even with our fucking summer with La Nina, you know?
Oh, we are going to have a wet, not very hot summer.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, you're in Portland, Oregon. My uni, I don't know if you know AZ from my channel. We know each other because we were at the same university. Well, it was Mitchell College when I was there, and now it's part of Charles Sturt University. We did the same theatre degree. And we were partnered with Oregon State University because our university president was an alma mater of Oregon State University. So he organized an exchange program every year. Some of our students would spend 6 months in Oregon, and some students from Oregon State would come and be with us for 6 months. One of whom stayed here, a friend of mine stayed here and got married.
Yo, Andrew, if I put on some music, will you get DMCA assholed if on
yes. So if you need music, we're going to have to cut you off because.
Oh, good. No, I just wanted to double check because I knew you were broadcasting on YouTube, and I didn't want to make sure that.
YouTube's content matching is brutal.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So Icy Saracen, you think we're focused somewhere?
No,
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I have that didn't match.
Is Oregon the corn state? I don't think so. From what I understand, Oregon's like one of the whitest states in the United States. And here's the fun thing. Like, we tend to think of the US as the northern states, like with the Civil War, northern states and southern states. The northern states wanted to end slavery and the southern states wanted to keep it. And the northern states were supportive of black people. Oregon, not so much. Oregon wanted to ban slavery because they didn't want any black people in the country. So Oregon remains really white. Safa, no, Oregon's not rural. Obviously, it has rural areas. It's not regarded as rural. So you get the ones that are really stereotypically rural, like, I don't know, Idaho, Kansas, Suffolk. No, West Virginia is not west. It's just west of Virginia. Nassau. Hey, by the way, hello, and thank you for your insight. You say Oregon is real rural. See, I don't fucking know, man. I don't know shit. Oregon's not renowned as having big cities, definitely. Okay, so I only had. See, I didn't even drink half these bottles. I drank a little bit out of each. I can feel it, man. I've got a fucking buzz going on now. If I'd have drunk these whole bottles, I'd be under the fucking table right now.
You'd be telling you what you think exactly of me, Angry.
You're a wise, kind, and gentle man, Kyle. That's what I'd be saying. That's
oh my God.
From deep in here. Hard working too, dude. Hard fucking working. That's what. No matter what, I'd always have to acknowledge you're a fucking hard working man. That's what's because I could if I was again I can't even think of anything negative about you. But if I was going to be a dick and slag you, the one thing I wouldn't be able to walk from it'd always be. But he works hard. He works real hard.
Yeah, I'm having to take things out a little bit, so we'll see what happens. It's only like I'm finished my degree in the next couple of months, which is great. But I'm also just like, there's lots of things happening, which is good, but it's just like
busy.
Yes, very busy, very busy, very busy.
Yeah. Stuff you're saying you don't know the capital of Oregon. Neither do I. But again, this is the thing that weirds me out in the US. The state capitals are almost never the big city and the capital. Like New York City is not the capital of New York State. Los Angeles, not the capital of California. It's very fucking weird. Safa, I don't think it's currently raining in Melbourne. We weren't meant to get it. I did hear a weird noise earlier, which was either the fan in a fridge or it might have been rain. Sorry, I'll look at the Bureau website and the radar. Holy fuck, what the fuck is that? No, there is a shit ton of fucking rain on Melbourne now. Where the fuck did that come from? Sorry, I just looked at the... All right, I'll look at where are we? Look at that. Look at that's just come out of fucking nowhere. I think the weird noise I heard earlier was rain, which is not great because there was stuff on the line. But anyway. Oh, Nessel, you're in Canberra. But you're so your understanding of Oregon, have you lived in Oregon or you just are a bit more aware of what's what in the US than me? Safa, getting woken up by a thunderstorm is a fucking hoot. I do remember there have been times in the past I've been awoken by a thunderclap, just like one of those bang, and just like snap up in your bed like, the fuck was that? It's just like, Jesus. Oh, Nicole, you're actually in Germany. Okay. Oh, sorry. You grew up in California, in Germany right now, okay, so you know the US. Nassau was in line with what we were saying earlier. Berlin nightclubs, the legends are true. I'm talking about, again, I'm old. Okay, here's a fun fact. Okay, in Australia, in the 80s, kind of mid-80s, porn got banned. Prior to that, with the rise of home video and whatnot, video stores had this little section at the back where the X-rated videos were. Then in every state, it was made illegal, but the territories, it was still illegal. So the Australian Capital Territory and the Northern Territory, porn was still legal. So porn was being produced and sold and distributed from Canberra. You get mail or shit. But anyway, but back then, in the 90s, so it got banned in the 80s, and in the 90s, sort of early mid 90s, it started reappearing. And I was living in Sydney then, and you had the sex shop, so they're selling porno mags and sex toys and shit. And then there was one place I knew in Sydney. Okay, here's where we talk about angry. Were you masturbating a lot in the 90s? Maybe. But there was one place I knew that was right in fucking George Street. It was actually just opposite all the cinemas in George Street, where if you knew to go up these stairs and you're looking in all these sort of, it was the covers of videos. It wasn't the actual videos. You're like flicking through these files, and if you found one you like the sound of, you took it up to the counter and said, I want this one. And then they tell someone here wants tape XYZ. And then someone in another place would get the tape and bring it out. So it's basically, if the cops ran in and tried to bust this place, they had no porn there. It was just the covers of tapes, and the tapes were somewhere else. There's a whole thing to avoid getting prosecuted. And then the sex shops got more and more open with the fact they were selling porn. And I actually think the laws haven't technically changed. Maybe they have. Maybe someone who knows state law would know better than me. But I don't think the laws technically changed. It's just that no one bothered to enforce them. It's just like, and then the internet came along and it all got fucking meaningless anyway, because we can all get the worst shit in the world on the internet. But back in the 90s, when you had to pay for porn and trying to get a video, it's kind of like, if you wanted really fucking weird shit, you got German videos. German videos had the real fucking weird shit. And Japanese ones had the weird stuff, but in a different way. I remember the German ones tend to be super focused. It's like, if you get this German one, if you're into leather, you get this German one, and everything in the whole video will be about leather. If you got a weird one from Japan, for some reason, the Japan ones, they would cram every fetish under the sun into the one videotape. And so it would have both femdom and maskdom, which if you talk to people who are into that scene, those are mutually exclusive. A femdom dominating men and maskdom dominating women they're two completely different things, but the Japanese would just cram it all into one video. It's all very weird. Safa, Eastern Europe was a whole thing. There were all the rumors that all the snuff porn was coming from Eastern Europe. Those are all kind of rumors. So, Lisa, technically, an hour east of Portland, your rural, moderate pockets of urban sprawl, full of wannabe rednecks who don't know what the word means. Oh, God. Lisa, I feel for you. Also, thank you for sharing on Twitter. Right. For anyone who missed it, previous stream, Lisa was talking about doing this heart artwork for her mum. And she did actually share it with me on Twitter. And I really appreciate that.
Love. I was going to say, in terms of like, one of the like earliest films that I actually know, film I saw a couple of years ago, it was a really interesting film that called Anti-Porno, actually.
Yeah.
And it's not like a film that's like anti-porn, like it's not like an anti-porn. It is this really weird film from Japan, Japan or South Korea, about a young woman who's like an actress. She's like really talented, and she uses her like manager or her assistant for a form of sexual gratification.
Sorry, I'm just going, while you're talking about sexual gratification, my personal gratification, batch cocktail. This is a barrel-aged cocktail. I do all these things so I can just take it straight out of the fridge and pour it, and I'm done. And it's like,
it looks so good.
This is my new favorite. I tend to discover one or two cocktails a year that are new to me, and they go on my favorites list. This is this year's one. It's called Death and Taxes. It's a riff on a Manhattan. So classic Manhattan is whiskey and sweet vermouth. This one splits both the spirit and the vermouth. So instead of whiskey and sweet vermouth, it's whiskey and gin, and the vermouth is split into sweet vermouth and Benedictine. So I fucking love it. It's really good. But I got a couple ready to pour in the fridge there because, well, I'm not an alcoholic because alcoholics go to meetings, but it's.
I have to. I'm curious what, like, as we talked about YouTube before. I'm curious what how we engage with content in the next 5 to 10 years. What that's gonna be like.
Yeah, who knows? Like, it's like everything kind of oscillates. Like, also, Chris, you're heading off to bed. It must be very early in the morning for you. Thanks for dropping by and saying hello, and take care, man. Because early days of YouTube, it was like no one has an attention span. Your video definitely shouldn't be longer than 3 minutes. So we were all making videos that were between 30 seconds and 4 minutes long. And because the accepted wisdom was nobody has an attention span. And that turned out to not necessarily be true. And then YouTube worked out like, oh, if we can keep people on the site, that helps us with advertising. So they started to reward creators who made videos that were 10 minutes or longer. So everyone started making videos.
10 minutes or longer.
And then we had that thing, a few years ago, Vine happened. What was that, 9 seconds for a Vine? And,
6 seconds for a Vine.
Was it 6? But you had these people who could actually do a video that told a story in 6 seconds. And it was an amazing skill. And then because of some bad decisions, Vine died. And now we've got TikTok. But TikTok went from 60 seconds and 3 minutes, and now they're talking about allowing up to
10 minutes.
Yeah. And it's just because TikTok learned the same things. Like, we hooked people in with these short, sharp videos, but if we're going to grow, we need to keep people here for longer, which is what YouTube learned as well. I find it fascinating. But now shorts, like less than 60-second videos, are still a thing on YouTube. And of course, Instagram is copying them with reels and stories and whatnot.
Instagram came first. It was YouTube who were copying.
Well, YouTube never imposed any limits, but it was accepted wisdom for a long time. No one has an attention span, so you have to keep the videos short. And then after this happened for years, people went, oh no, if you create the right content, people will stay here. So we will now reward people who make videos longer than 10 minutes. And so you got two things. You got the birth of the video essay, things that go from 15 minutes to 2 hours, where someone just deep dives on a topic, through to people who artificially inflated and extended their video so that it was 10 minutes and 1 second long, when they probably had 3 minutes of content in it. Whereas for me, when I was still sort of deep into that, it was just like, this video is going to go for as long as it takes me to say all the shit I want to say, which could be anywhere from a couple of minutes to half an hour.
I mean, it's interesting. I'm really interested because I've just I've just gotten a virtual reality set in the last couple of months in March.
Oh yeah,
it's been really interesting to kind of start talking to people in VR about, I mean, I really want to get into the thing of starting to design spaces in VR. So how do we, do I like? It would be great to have a moment. Like I've been thinking about designing a cinema in VR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that would be really cool.
Kirsten's retiring for the evening. Well and good, Kirsten. I hope you keep well. And I am happy to report, because I feel like this is your wheelhouse, Kirsten. I'm happy to report I did really enjoy these bakery all things. My top two are definitely the classic malt and the double wood. Double wood's probably my favorite. The cask strength ones are real fucking serious. Like they burn. You drink them 60% alcohol by volume. They burn when you drink them. They are well served by sitting on some ice, basically. And yes, Safa, I did probably make a lot of videos about Tony Abbott back in the day because I fucking despised Tony Abbott. He's fucking worst. Yeah, this weekend I will probably make at least 1 or 2 pre-recorded videos. We will be doing a live stream tomorrow night, party night. Saturday night is date night. I may or may not do a stream on Sunday night, but whether I do or not, probably the next live stream I'll do will be the following Thursday night. So, holy shit, yeah, Kirsten, the Maiden Eye bottle's leaving today. I did get my email about your order's been dispatched. They're being conservative and saying you might get it by Tuesday. So I'm probably going to get it sometime between tomorrow and Tuesday. So aside from potentially doing a pre-recorded video for my cocktail channel on these Bakery Hill single malts, I'm definitely going to do one because one I got recently was a whiskey from Western Australia that follows all the rules for bourbon, but they can't call it a bourbon because one of the rules for bourbon is it has to be made in the United States. But I think there's 5 rules for bourbon, and this whiskey made in Western Australia follows 4 of the rules. The 5th rule is must be made in the United States. So I'm going to make a video for my cocktail channel, I think, talk about Australian bourbon, and I'm going to do some comparative taste tests of Australian whiskies. I am going to wait, Kirsten, until I get the Maiden Eye whiskey. For those who don't know, here's the thing. Okay, whiskey talk. So, how whiskey is made? You start with a mash bill. There's a ferment from grains, which to a greater or lesser degree is essentially beer, fermented grain. Beer is fermented grain. So that base ferment, the mash bill for whiskies, may or may not be drinkable. So it's distilled. Ooh, whippersnapper from WA, better than Grove. Yeah, okay. So Kirsten, I think you probably know this. I didn't consciously get the Grove. It was my birthday present from Mrs. Angry was a subscription thing. So every 3 months, I get a mystery bottle. The first one was a coffee liqueur, which, boo, I don't like coffee. Again, I don't know if you remember, Kirsten, we were talking about doing a swap. And I tasted it and compared it to Mr. Black. I think it's as good as Mr. Black. I just don't like coffee, so I'm not going to use it. So if we're still going to do a swap on that one, that's still on. Always drinkable, like an unhopped beer. Okay, thank you, Kirsten. See, this is why I love having Kirsten here, because she knows the shit. So the first stage of whiskey is a ferment of grain, which is kind of sort of beer. Somewhere on the spectrum from kind of sort of beer to actually beer. Kyle, was that your hand up? You wanted to say something, or are you just stretching?
I literally just threw something. I literally threw something at the thing and it landed in the bin. So I was like really happy.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, Kirsten, you didn't actually promise anything. It was just kind of, if you're still up for it, if you want to bring a bottle of like anything to swap for this, because all I've had is literally a taste of this coffee liqueur, and I compared it to Mr. Black. It's at least as good as Mr. Black, but I'm not a coffee person, so I don't like it. So if you still want to do the swap, I'm up for it. Okay, whiskey. First thing, the mash build, ferment, grain. It's kind of sort of big. You distill that. That's called a new make spirit, aka moonshine. It's alcohol, but it's not aged. It's pretty raw. In one of my barrels at the moment, I have moonshine. And Kirsten, I'm following your instruction. I think the idea was maybe leave it in the little barrel for 6 months and then taste it and see. We don't want it to over oak. But my thinking was my birthday next year, it's like in 9 months, maybe it'll be a birthday whiskey, a new make that I've aged in a barrel. So what happens? You distill the beer sort of thing. You get a spirit, then you put it in a barrel and you age it. One of the rules with bourbon, you have to age it in a new barrel that's never been used for anything. So things like Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, and the vast majority of Australian whiskies, they get aged in a barrel that has previously been used for something else. Whether that's bourbon, they get the barrels from America. Whether it's wine, they got wine barrels, a wine that's been aged in barrels, and the wine's soaked into the wood. Then they put this spirit in there, and the spirit absorbs both the oak flavor and the flavor of the previous thing that's been in there. So my little barrels over here, they've had all sorts of things. They've had vermouth, they've had port, they've had cocktails, they've had spirits. So currently, those 3 barrels, one of them's got vodka in it. So just so the barrel doesn't dry out, I filled one of the barrels with vodka. So I'm going to end up with some sort of flavored vodka out of it. One of them has a whiskey old fashioned, possibly my favorite drink. I'm half cut at the moment, so I'm forgetting details. Okay. Oh man. Oh, that's good. So, but I put little labels here. What's here? Okay, I don't have a label there. What's on this one? That's an old fashioned. What's this one? What's the label on this one? Oof. Come on. What's the label? Moonshine. What the fuck? Oh, okay. No. Okay. So I have 3 barrels here. Okay. Oof. Now I remember what's in the 3 barrels. Okay, so one is new make spirit, which I'm aging. And I'm following Kirsten's advice on this, that I maybe leave it there for 6 months ago, so it becomes a kind of sort of whiskey, becomes my custom whiskey. The other one is a whiskey old fashioned, which I'm going to leave just for a couple of weeks because a barrel aged old fashioned fucking rocks. And the other one, I've just got vodka in the barrel, so the barrel doesn't dry out. So if I come up with an inspiration of, the next thing I need to put in a barrel, and in fact, I did get an inspiration. I think I want to do a Manhattan. Actually, it was a sweet Manhattan. I was going on various. You'll be surprised to learn I spend a reasonable amount of my life on cocktail websites, and I was on the Difford site, and they had a recipe for a batched sweet Manhattan. Traditional Manhattan is just whiskey and sweet vermouth, but this one was whiskey, sweet vermouth, and a couple of liqueurs. It was a cherry liqueur and a maraschino liqueur, and I thought that sounds good. I like that. So I think sometime soon I might put together a fucking huge batch of a sweetened Manhattan and then put it in a barrel, which means then I decant the vodka back into a bottle and it sits in reserve, and then it's like a fruity flavored vodka, which is just there for parties. And young Mr. Angry, he still does vodka things. I'm like, hey, look, I made this special flavored vodka. People were like, have it with soda. You'd probably like it. And I literally just have it there so the barrel doesn't dry out. Because if the barrel dries out, the wood staves contract a bit and it could leak. So I need to keep liquid in the barrel so it doesn't dry out. I could have just put water in, but then there's like, that's just going to drain the flavor from the barrel. If I put vodka in there, then we end up with a flavored vodka, sort of a very complex, fruity, spirituous flavored vodka. Because that's what I'm working on now. But, I'll leave it for a while. Wait, I put a date on the old... I need to actually check how long the old-fashioned's been there, because I only want to leave it for 2 or 3 weeks. Let's have a look. What date did we put there?
While you're doing that, Andrew, I'm probably gonna head off.
Yeah, do that.
Just because
Thank you for coming, because I haven't seen you for a while, so thank you for coming.
I know. No, I will. I'll try and not be such a stranger over the next.
Yeah, but life, my friend, life. I don't judge. I don't judge. I don't judge.
Life does happen.
I feel like you might be compelled to go to work. I feel like you should be going to sleep. I'm just going to throw it out there.
No, do you know what? It's 9:23. I've got 3 more days to finish an assignment task, and then I've got another couple of extra days to finish some other tasks, and then I, show my other producing stuff outside of my university degree. Lots going on. My work, insane amounts of things.
All right,
but it was good seeing you.
It's good seeing you. You take care, my friend.
All right. Bye, mister.
Bye for now. And yes, Kirsten, it's my experiments. So I'm always keen to get experience. But yeah, I saw this recipe for a batch sweetened Manhattan on the Difford site. I think I'll do that next. Sorry, excuse me for a second. I did look at the date on my old fashioned, and then I absolutely fucking forgot. What was it? The 14th. Okay. All right. Ugh. Okay, so the old fashioned has been in there for 2 weeks, which might be enough. What's the time now? Oh, God, it's only 9:24. Okay, I'm going to slowly drink this. I'm not going to have another full-size drink because I'm pretty fucking drunk right now. And I'm still theoretically meant to work tomorrow, so we'll try not to be too fucked up. Still a little bit. So, this is my death and taxes. Oh, man, that's good. Okay, so that's another Manhattan riff. So a Manhattan, traditionally, 2 ounces whiskey, 1 ounce sweet vermouth. Death and Taxes splits the alcohol base to 1 ounce whiskey, 1 ounce gin, which is a weird combo, but it works. And the vermouth is split into 3/4 of an ounce vermouth, 1/4 ounce Benedictine. And because I made like over a fucking liter of this. So I don't know, it was like 3 to 5 whiskeys in a blend. And then I think it was like 3 vermouths, like sweet vermouth, Punta Mez, and a little bit of Fernet Branca. And then for the Benedictine parts, mostly Benedictine, but I put a bit of green chartreuse as well. And then barrel age that. It's really fucking good. Oh, man, that is fucking good. So I think actually, even tonight, when I finish this, I might have a little taste of my whiskey old fashioned. One of my favorite drinks, barrel aging. And I was thinking we want that to go for 2 or 3 weeks. It's been going for 2 weeks, so I'll give it a little taste. And if it tastes like perfection, I think I'm possibly too drunk to decant it tonight. So tomorrow, if I feel like it's perfect, I might decant it tomorrow. If I feel like it needs more time, I'll leave it for maybe another week. I don't think I'll leave it for more than 3 weeks. But we'll see. Because I've got fucking bottled cocktails in there. Oh, Kirsten, that's another thing. If you're going to be here soon and we're able to catch up, besides doing a bottle swap with the coffee liqueur, because I've got a few things in the fridge, I might just, for funsies, because we're pals, give you a little bottled pre-batched cocktail as well. Because we're pals. Oh. Lorks a Lordy. Okay, we're 9:30. So normally on a Thursday night, I'd go at least till 10 o'clock. So that requires me to keep going for another half hour. That's fine. I can probably do that. Holy shit, because I haven't it's weird, because I haven't been doing live streams. I haven't been drinking alcohol, and I've had a couple of drinks tonight. Hello, Mimsy. Do you want to come? Okay, come here. Come say hello to everyone. Mimsy's come into the kitchen. Come on, come up here and say hello. Come on. Everyone loves Mimsy. I want Mimsy to say hello. Oh, see, Kirsten, October 3, new thing you can't talk about publicly. Oofed. Again, this is why I love having a friend in the industry. Come on. Come up here. All right. Mimsy's come up. So, come on, Mimsy. I'll just adjust the camera so the people can enjoy the Mimsy. And Mimsy enjoys the pats. All right. So, Kirsten, I was thinking of... Oh, man, I could say October 3 is like a fucking month away. I'm getting my Maiden Nine Nocturne from Archie Rose somewhere between tomorrow and next Tuesday, maybe. So, yeah, I want to make a video comparing Australian whiskies. So, I've got a bunch of Australian whiskey. Oh, also, there was a hint in the mailing from Tiny Bear that they're about to release another whiskey. Their last whiskey was fucking great. Tiny Bear is mostly gin, and their gins are excellent. Tiny Bear, their distillery is about half an hour away from me. I fucking love Tiny Bear, actually. They do great stuff. And I have actually gone to the distillery and had a tasting paddle with a cheese platter, which was nice. But their last whiskey was great. I have a couple of, I think I have, I have some barrel aged Tiny Bear down there at the moment. My current Navy strength gin is Tiny Bear's Sailor. I didn't even have I didn't have a freezer martini tonight. I have to have a freezer martini tomorrow. See what my freezer martini is up to. Because when I top up the freezer martini, I tend to use a regular strength gin and a Navy strength gin in a blend. I think the last Navy strength I had was 23rd Street's Navy strength. Dr. Abigail, good evening to you. Thank you for joining and saying hello. You may be able to tell from me making an extra effort to enunciate. I'm pretty fucking pissed. So yeah, the standard thing for a pissed person is anyone who knows me knows when I get to that mid-range of pissed, I make this extra effort to enunciate and be clear. And also, Dr. Abigail knows from personal experience when I am fucking shit-faced, I just fall asleep. But Mimsy's here to say hello. Oh, you've been playing... that's the best. You've been playing D&D tonight. So nice. Nice. Oh, so, okay, you may have missed. I did a whiskey tasting tonight. I got a tasting flight from the Bakery Hill Distillery. And the strength of those whiskies ranged from 46% to 60%. And so I'm pretty fucking hammered at the moment. I think my favorite might be the Double Wood from Bakery Hill. The cask strength whiskies, which are like fucking 60%. I get that some people are really into that. Those are pretty fucking brutal. If I get a full-sized bottle in the future, it's probably going to be either the classic malt or the Double Wood. I kind of think it's the Double Wood. I think the Double Wood might be my thing. But we shall see in the future. Bakery Hill is the distillery I invested in. I bought shares in. For shits and gigs. I thought I'll put some money into them. They're fundraising to move their distillery from the country to suburban Melbourne. Kensington, I think they plan to open a distillery. When they do that, I'm definitely going to visit. Oh, also, Dr. Abigail, Kirsten said she's going to visit. When was it? She said she was going to go away. Not sure who's still here. Oh yeah, no, Safa, that's a given, man, that I fucking repeat myself when I'm super drunk. Yes. All right. So, Dr. Abigail, Kirsten's going to talk to us on Discord about when she's visiting the fine city of Melbourne. And I was also looking up because this thing I'm drinking, which I fucking love, the Death and Taxes cocktail, was invented by the guy who runs the Everly, which is near where you live, Dr. Abigail. And I've never been there, and I want to go there because that guy's a fucking legend. But we'll organize something on the Discord. God damn, that's good. Yes, Minzy. Mimsy likes the attention. She's still really bony. So we've been, Mimsy's been diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I've talked about this in other streams. We're giving her medication. Which you're going to come up here and say hello? Come on. Let's do this. Come up here, Mimsy. Sit up here. Sit up here. Yeah. There you go. Oh, she's so cute. And she's so beautiful with her ginger and white. You are beautiful, Mimsy. Yes. Yes, you are. I feel like her mood has improved with the medication she's been getting. She's still very bony. We're hoping she puts on weight because it's really fucking weird. When you pat her like this, it's just fucking bones all the way down. Whereas Shadow, who refuses to come on the streams, is a little fatty. She both has thicker fur and much more fat, so you don't feel any bones when you pat Shadow. Mimsy, it's fucking bones all the way down. But you're delightful. You're delightful, Mimsy. Yes, you are. You want more pats? I stopped patting her for a second, and she just looked across like, no, pat me more. And yes, Dr. Abigail, Queen Kirsten was suggesting she had kind of night free. I think all the fun shit is around your neighborhood. We should organize something. But we'll do it on the Discord. It'll be fine. We'll work it out. Oofed. Yum-o. Oh my God. Fucking Death and Taxes rocks. So I actually wrote a script for a video. I haven't shot it yet. But how much I like the Death and Taxes cocktail. Fucking great. Oh no, I have not patted your son's cat. God, how long has it been since I've been at your place? It's been a couple of months, I think. Muscle, fat, and chungus. Yeah, no. Dr. Abigail, your lad's cat that has all that fucking Maine Coon DNA in it. Mimsy is special because she's a female ginger, which is very rare. Like Mrs. Angry took her to the vet a while ago. She had a blood test and whatnot. We got this medication, which is supposed to help with her hyperthyroidism. And everyone at the vet was like, oh, it's so rare to have a female ginger. And Mimsy's just majestic. And the medication does seem to be improving her mood. She hasn't put on a huge amount of weight. I'd really like it if she put on some weight because she's bony as fuck right now. Yes, you are, Mimsy. You're very special, but you're bony as fuck. So, yes. But, yeah, it's kind of like, Dr. Abreu, your son's cat has the mystery Maine Coon DNA. Shadow has mystery Russian blue DNA because she was part of just a Moggy's brood. Both Mimsy and Shadow come from the Lort Smith Animal Hospital. And yes, Dr. Abigail, Mimsy is older than Cat Jesus. Mimsy is what we call a senior cat. Just in human years, Mimsy's like 5 years older than Shadow, which in terms of human years, I think Mimsy's in her 70s. Shadow's in like her 40s in human years. Mimsy wasn't even a kitten when we got her. She was probably 18 months old. She'd already had a litter. Whereas Shadow was a kitten when we got her. She was the runt of the litter, and that's literally why we chose her, because the other kittens were picking on her. But yeah, Shadow kind of channeled some latent Russian blue DNA. The other kittens were all sorts of mixes of whatnot. But Shadow kind of looks like a Russian blue. Mimsy just looks like a ginger moggy. She's so cute. You're so cute, Mimsy. I love the patterns on your head. You're so cute. She's great. Yes, and you're correct, Dr. Abigail. Cat years don't scale linearly to human years. It's more curvy. It's kind of like, okay, if human years go like that, then cat years go kind of blue. It's not like 3 human years means 10 cat years. It's not. It's like, I don't even want to explain it. Look it up. You're on the internet. Look up Google. How do cat years compare to human years? It's not exactly as Dr. Abigail says. Can I say that again? Linearly, yes. They don't. Also, just I want to say this in the most positive and loving way. Fuck you. One more time. Linearly, yes. So it's not you kind of get people say like, oh, 1 human year is 9 cat years. No, it doesn't work like that. It's like cats aging works on a different scale to human aging. But Mimsy is definitely what we call a senior cat. In human years, she is probably somewhere in the region of 16 years old, something like that. Somewhere between 16 and 20 years old, anyway. But if in terms of just age and whatnot, she's like a 70-something human. So she's adorable and crotchety and grumpy. I mean, I'm a fucking grumpy 50-something, honestly. Oofed. Okay, so before I go to bed, I need you to taste my whiskey old fashioned, which has been in the barrel for about actually more than 2 weeks, and see if it's about ready to take out. Yes, Mimsy. Yes. All right. Let me just taste it. I'm just going to have a teeny bit, just a teeny bit, Miss Mimsy, and taste it. Oof. Is it this barrel? I think it's this barrel. Old. Been in there since the 14th. How long ago was the 14th? I'm just going to look at a calendar. What the fuck is that? Fuck off. Oh, jeez, fuck off. Yeah, I know, Mimsy. It's fucking weird. What is it all about? What's it all about, Mimsy? What's it all about? I'm just trying to see a fucking calendar. There we go. Okay, so the 14th. Okay, so as I said, so it's been in there. Okay, Sunday will be 3 weeks. Okay, might be about time for this to come out. Safa, everyone's grumpy, man. Everyone's fucking grumpy. All right, I'm going to have a little taste. So we that involves taking the bung out. That's the whole physics thing. Let's do that. Just have a little taste of that. Put the bung back in. Oh my god, that's fucking great. Whew. Okay. Oofed. Okay. Look at her. Look at her just going, please pay attention to me. Okay, this is a weird thing that happens. Mimsy likes to come into bed when Mrs. Angry and I go to bed. I lie down. I put my CPAP machine on. So I usually start the night lying on my back. And Mimsy gets on me, and she likes to. I have to open my legs up a bit, and she likes to go to sleep between my legs. Don't you? Don't you? You weird fucking cat. Sometimes she'll kind of sit on my balls, essentially, and I'm like, no, you can't sit there. That's uncomfortable. I push her so she's between my legs. No, you did not hear an ambulance out here. All right. I put just a teeny bit in here. Chill it a little bit. How's this going? Oh, get fucked. That is, oh my God, that's so fucking good. Okay. I'm probably going to decant that into a bottle tomorrow. Although it's closer to a litre, so it's more than a bottle, because my bottle is like 750 mils. Oofed. And then I might fill the barrel, because my current thinking is to do a sweetened Manhattan in a barrel for 2 to 4 weeks. Holy shit. Man, I'm going to have so many fucking batched cocktails. I might have to put my port and sweet vermouth mix back into a barrel for a while to keep it moist, as the saying goes. Safi, you fall asleep on your chest? No, I never sleep on my chest. I don't want to suggest you're a weirdo, but... And also, this is, because I've got this huge fucking headset on with a... There's like the thing under my nose, so I'm breathing, because it sits on my head. And there's another thing with Velcro that's sitting on my chin that stops me from opening my mouth when I sleep. Because when I'm wearing the CPAP machine, if I open my mouth, it sounds like a wind tunnel. So I wear this fucking thing with Velcro chin strap to keep my mouth shut while I sleep. Mrs. Angry appreciates it. A, because when I'm wearing the CPAP, I don't snore. But B, wearing CPAP, when I wear the chin strap, my mouth doesn't open, because if I'm wearing the CPAP and my mouth opens, it sounds a bit like a wind tunnel. Kirsten, you try to sleep on your side, end up in your front, and your physio hates it. I never sleep on my front. I start off the night on my back, and some of the night I will be on because I sleep on the left-hand side of the bed. Some of the night I will be on my left-hand side. No, what the fuck are you? Jesus, Mimsy, you fucking lunatic! Jesus, do you see what I'm dealing with? Do you see what I'm dealing with? Mimsy is a fucking lunatic. See the way there's all my glasses and bottles here, and she fucking jumped up. What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. So yeah, I sleep on the left-hand side of the bed. There's a bedside table, and my CPAP machine's there. And so I sleep either on my back or on my left-hand side, because I can't really sleep on my right-hand side and snuggle up to Mrs. Angry, which I would quite like, because the whole CPAP thing gets in the way. Dr. Abigail, you don't sleep in your front. No, I don't sleep on my front either. Side is a thing. The only reason I sleep on my back is because of my CPAP machine. It's like my back on my side. The front, not a thing. Yes, that was a big cat. I don't know what was wrong with her. That was real fucking weird. Just randomly, she had to charge over here, and there was a major danger of her knocking over glasses or shit. And it's just like, no, Mimsy, behave. What the fuck? Fuck me. No, sorry. Ugh. that whiskey old fashioned that I've been barrel aging for 2.5 weeks. Oh my God, that's fucking glorious. So I think I will decant that tomorrow. I'll put it in a bottle, keep it in the fridge. Oof, it's fucking great. So then I'm left with what do I put in the barrel? Oh no, I might make the sweet batched Manhattan. Yeah, no, that's a good option. I might do that, and then that stays in there for 2 to 4 weeks. We'll see how they. Oh man, I have so many fucking batched cocktails at that point. I see Saracen. Can I? What was that? Can I organize a Left for Dead? Holy shit! That's all. Oh man. Oh wow, that's memories. And I like Left for Dead. I have to admit. So Lisa, you thought you had to stop sleeping aside and sleep in his stomach because shoulders are okay in your sleep. Um. Here's the thing. I had to go to physio a couple of years ago because I was sleeping like this, and I fucked up my like I was sleeping on my side like that, and I fucked my shoulder. It got to the point. This is I don't know. This is like 3 years ago. I couldn't sleep because the amount of pain in my shoulder, and it took me months to go. I should probably go to a physio, and over a period of months, the physio fixed it up. So I never do this. I never sleep on my arm like this because I now know it fucks up my shoulder. So I either sleep on my back or on my side, but I don't put my arm up here. I just have my arm there. Quality content. Quality content. I was going to say middle age, but let's just go old man talks about sleeping positions that he finds comfortable. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so yum. Okay, so I think the whiskey old fashioned, which has been in there for 2.5 weeks, is super fucking yum. So tomorrow or the weekend, I shall decant that, put it in a bottle, and have it in the fridge, just ready to fucking pour an old fashioned. So what's in the fridge? So I'm looking at what's in the fridge. Death and Taxes, apple liqueur, Bricks Citrus Got Real. Oh god, and I actually have some bottled cocktails from Archie Rose as well. Shit. There are a couple things in the fridge I should use up. We'll have to look into that. Justin, what the fuck are we talking about here? $2,700, but they were selling it for half price. I don't even know what we're talking about there, man. And thanks, Safa, for saying I'm more entertainment than the ABC. Okay, so we have a super comfortable bed that we pay a lot of money for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago, but it's a fucking great bed. It's this thing where paying more for something saves you in the long run. I'm going to see if I can find this. I'm a fan. Okay. I love the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett. Jesus, what the fuck just happened on the... So there's this guy who's in charge of the City Watch. In Terry Pratchett's Discworld. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so there's this guy, he's very smart. He's in charge of the City Watch, but he's kind of a working class man, and he has this Boots theory of economic injustice. The reason the rich were so rich, Vimes reasoned, was because they managed to spend less money. Take Boots, for example. He earned $38 a month plus allowances. A really good pair of leather boots cost $50, but an affordable pair of boots, which was sort of okay for a season or two, and then leaked like hell when the cardboard gave out, cost about $10. Those were the kind of boots Vimes always bought and wore until the soles were so thin he could tell where he was in Ankh-Morpork on a foggy night by the feel of the cobbles. But the thing was, good boots lasted years and years. A man who could afford $50 had a pair of boots that'd still be keeping his feet dry in 10 years' time, while the poor man who could only afford cheap boots would have spent $100 on boots in the same time and would still have wet feet. It's like the rich get richer, the poor get the picture. So, Lisa, what are you sharing with here? 33-year-old with the approximate average pain of a 66-year-old. It's all relative. If we connective tissues. And I feel for you, Lisa, because I am much closer to a 66-year-old than you. And my knees specifically and my legs generally are kind of fucked. And I am of the age where I do not get up out of a chair or off a lounge without going, oh! It's just a thing. For me, getting up from a sitting position to a standing position involves making a noise. And I try to keep it decorous, but the noise tends to be God damn. So yes, but that Sam Vimes theory of boots and trickle down economics all kind of summarizes to a Midnight Oil lyric. The rich get richer, the poor get the picture. Oh, lorks a lordy. So my maraschino cherry here, been absorbing a bit of cherry, not cherry, flavor. Christ, okay. I'm kind of sort of managing to maintain coherent thought at the moment. I am very Tim Smithed at the moment. But because I'm not a piece of shit, I'm not driving a car. I really gotta love these Lactado cherries. So much flavor. So after tomorrow, party night lifestyle. Also, okay. So on watching nights with Mrs. Angry, here is a watching recommendation. We've been watching The Outlaws, which was originally a BBC series. I think it's on Prime Video now. Fucking great. It's really good. For everyone. Now, me personally, because I also watch stuff that Mrs. Angry has no interest in watching. I recently discovered The Preacher was on Amazon Prime. And I read The Preacher comics back in the 90s, early 2000s. I enjoyed them. The TV series, inspired by the Preacher comics, diverges radically from the source material. I think I'm up to the last episode of the first season. We'll see. I think there's 3 or 4 seasons on Amazon Prime. I never watched it because it was originally in Australia. It was originally on Stan. I'm still not subscribed to Stan. Of all the streaming services, I'm not subscribed to Stan, and I'm not subscribed to Apple, and I'm just not subscribing to any more streaming services. But somehow Preacher ended up on Prime, so I'm watching it now, and I'm enjoying it. Although, the TV series is radically divergent from the source material. So we'll see where it goes. I've been watching it in like my lunch break. Not every day, but a lot of days during the week. So I've been watching 3 or 4 episodes a week. So I'm almost at the end of the first season. I have 3 or 4 seasons. I'm enjoying it. It is very, very different from the source material. Safa, no one started Rings of Power yet. It doesn't start. I think you can watch it tomorrow, Australian time. I have to ask Mrs. Angry if she's interested in watching it. If Mrs. Angry is interested in watching it, we may watch it on the weekend. But I got a shit ton of stuff I'm watching. There's a bunch of stuff I'm watching with Mrs. Angry, and there's a bunch of stuff I'm watching that she's not interested in, which includes Preacher, She-Hulk on Disney Plus, a few other things, Umbrella Academy on fucking Netflix, and there's a few things on Fox. It's a whole thing. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit. Oh fucking hell! Jesus, I don't want to break my glass. Just a teeny bit of water. Mrs. Angry is watching a British crime show in the next room. The thing was like, Inspector Morse. Does anyone remember Inspector Morse? That's the guy who did so many British cop shows over like 40 plus years, starting with the Sweeney in the 70s. John Thor, that was his name. And there is a more recent BBC series that is basically young Inspector Morse. It's set in the 60s. And Mrs. Angry started watching that. She quite enjoys it. She's still watching it next year. Safa, my brother in Christ, working from home, my lunch break is as long as I want it, half an hour to an hour. And I think Preacher is designed to have ads in it. So it's like 49 to 50 something minutes long for an episode. So you can tell if something was made for broadcast TV or streaming. If it's a half-hour show, when you watch it on streaming, it's actually about 20 to 23 minutes because there's time for ads. And if it's a 1 hour show, it's somewhere around the 50-minute mark because it leaves space for advertising. But if it's made for streaming, it's not constrained by lengths. Like you watch Sandman, which is made for Netflix. The episodes range from 40-something minutes to 50-something minutes to over an hour. Basically, the episodes run for as long as they need to tell the story because there's no advertising. Nestle. Got the reference Norwegian house song called Inspector Norse. Oh my god, dude, that's fucking hilarious. No, that's fucking hilarious. I fucking love it. Inspector Norse. A Scandinavian noir investigative thing. That's fucking awesome. Ugh. Okay, honestly, I am definitely Tim Smith at the moment. My initial thought was I would drink half of these. I did not drink half of these. I drank about a third of these. They were good. Okay, I feel good. I like bakery. My favorite is probably double wood. It's either double wood or single, or what do they call it? Classic malt. And again, the cast strength ones, yeah, they're like fucking blow the back of your head off. Shit. But I now know what my favorite bakery hills are, and they're very nice. They are very nice. I was kind of disappointed. I got one of their limited editions. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't my favorite. So I think on another stream, maybe tomorrow night, maybe not, I might compare these Bakery Hill ones to another whiskey, to multiple other whiskeys I have, to go, how does that compare to other whiskeys I have? Because they're pretty fucking good. Suffer. ADD's good. Black. Everything goes to black. Everything fades to black, man. That's the end of everything. Fade to black. Fade to black. Anyway, I am going to go to bed. I feel like I'm still relatively conscious. Definitely Tim Smith, though. Definitely Tim Smith. But I should wake up fine and be able to function at work tomorrow. Fine. Party night, Friday night, could be a whole other thing. Could just take shit way fucking further. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. Like, I did not even fucking have a freezer martini tonight. It was just all fucking whiskey tonight. And fuck, man, I'm on board with it. Now, so, yeah, I'll have a little bit of water before bedtime, I think, which, A, is good to make sure I'm hydrated. So hangovers are often from dehydration. So a bit of more water, so I'm hydrated. That's just probably going to make me wake up in the wee hours to have to piss. But that's fine. That's fine. So everyone, you all take care. We'll have party night tomorrow night. We'll see where that takes us. I'll have had enough time to wake up and seriously reassess my life choices with regards to these whiskies I was drinking. I think I've settled on double wood might be my favorite, so I need to compare it to a couple of other whiskies I have over there and see where it is in the spectrum. But I am relieved. I really like these Bakery Hill ones because I would have been super depressed if I bought them and didn't like them. But I like them. So we will go to bed with happy thoughts. You fabulous people, take care. Look after yourselves. If you're available tomorrow night, party night, who knows how long it will last, but I will see you again.